Presenter is Dr. Parth Mehta. Is there? Yeah.
Good evening everyone. I am Dr. Mrinalini Singh from Army Hospital Research and Referral. My topic for today is serious ocular adverse events with intravitreal brolucizumab. We have conducted a prospective observational study since 2021 at our Tertiary Care Institute. After obtaining IEC approval, we have taken informed consent from around 1400 patients before including them in our study. Brief about the molecule. It's a 26 kilodalton humanized single chain antibody fragment against vascular endothelial growth factor A, which was approved by US FDA in 2019 for intraocular use. It was launched in India in October 2020. Various studies like Hock and Harrier and Kestrel and Keat, they have established non-inferiority of brolucizumab from aflibercept in visual outcomes. The brief mechanism of action: it attacks its action on VEGF-A and it inhibits its interaction with VEGF-1 receptor 1 and 2 and curbs the endothelial cell proliferation, neovascularization and vascular permeability. This study was required as AMD burden and treatment in India may suffer regional and genetic disparity from various Western populations, so it's relevant for our population. Studies like Hock and Harrier in their phase 3 trials have reported various ocular adverse events with brolucizumab like endophthalmitis, retinal detachment, vitritis, anterior chamber inflammation, etc. In our study, we have used brolucizumab for AMD, PCV, diabetic macular edema and macular edema related to vein occlusions. Ocular adverse events after intravitreal brolucizumab injection were monitored for 36 weeks at every 4-weekly review and SOS. Other parameters measured were BCVA and OCT macula. Best corrected visual acuity showed a change of minus 0.13 mean change from pre-injection levels to 36-week post-injection. After experiencing failure with many of the other anti-VEGF agents, brolucizumab has brought many success, but with some adverse events which we have scored like 0, 1, 2, 3 and 4. Score 1 they required they did not require any oral NSAIDs. Score 2 required pain relieving NSAIDs. Score 3 with some aqueous cells and flare. And score 4 were some serious adverse events which manifested as vitritis, hypopyon, Seineke formation. This is a result from our study in which the frequency of adverse events is depicted by, in a bar diagram. Most of the patients were asymptomatic and the findings were incidentally detected on follow-up visit. Out of the total 1420 injections administered, 4 patients had score 4 serious ocular adverse events, 2 of which were NAMD and 2 were DME. Score 3 patients were 45 cases, comprised 3.2% of our cases. 4 cases had score 4 adverse events, 0.3% of our cases. One of our patients was a 65-year-old female with PCV in both eyes. She developed vitritis on after 72 hours after second injection, and she was managed with oral prednisolone and tapering dose of topical steroids. She developed reaction to anti-VEGF for around 8 months, and currently she is maintaining 6/18 vision with aflibercept. A case 2 was 72-year-old male with type 1 MNV, developed vitritis after the 6th injection, managed with oral prednisolone which was resolved by 5th day, and the patient accepted brolucizumab reaction. Case 3, CDME, 66-year-old male, managed with oral local steroids and due to the diabetic status of the patient, and maintained a BCVA of 6.9. The results from our study is that the brolucizumab is a newer anti-VEGF agent which is safer to use in our population, and around it can give an incidence of around 0.3 to 0.4% of intraocular inflammations, and which can be managed very easily, and we can give promising results in visual acuity to the patients.
So what are the other effects? Only inflammatory you have observed 3.
Yes, ma'am. Other effects were only minor, like subconjunctival hemorrhage, minor pain. No patient developed endophthalmitis or any severe reactions like some severe retinal detachment. These were not observed. Only inflammatory responses. 4 patients were observed with serious inflammatory response. Most of the patients were asymptomatic, sir. We have,
Then what is your follow-up protocol? Because if the patient is asymptomatic, how will you? How do you follow up the patient in after
sir,
brolucizumab?
we have made a protocol for 4 weekly follow-up, sir. For around 36 weeks, every 4 weeks we ask the patient to review.
Whichever be the injection.
Yes, sir.
Not
The-
after first week or second week. Nothing like that.
No, sir. After the first injection, we call the patient after.
So you may be missing lot of people who come after 1 month.
Because in
Sir,
our
most
case-
of our patients, they are asymptomatic, but even after.
So you may see some asymptomatic like small vasculitis or something. So the problem in, I agree that problem in brolucizumab is the timing is very difficult to find. Some people say after second injection, after
Sir.
third week only it will manifest.
Sir.
So that is, there is no difficulty.
Sir, even one patient developed after sixth injection.
Sixth injection.
In the second
And
week
that
also patient has developed.
The one you showed after third day, that looks real infective endophthalmitis.
Yeah.
that is
That I
usually
was-
in
Sir, but
brolucizumab,
that patient was easily managed with oral
Steroids.
steroids. Yes, sir.
How to differentiate vitritis from endophthalmitis? Also very basic question.
Yeah, it is. It's very difficult.
It's very
Because
difficult.
sometimes
Yes,
you overdiagnose and give intravitreal so the patient may not develop. But vitritis and endophthalmitis is very difficult to diagnose.
Yes, ma'am.
Ultrasound also doesn't show anything, and
Sir,
clinically
but
also.
when we have a background of we are
vasculitis-
knowing.
No vasculitis has been seen.
No, sir, not in these patients. They were managed with steroids.
So in some patient vasculitis has been reported in literature.
Yes, sir.
What
There
is
is
the cause?
there is.
What is the cause? I'm just asking. Vasculitis has been reported in these cases, no?
Yes, sir.
Because of
inflammatory, probably
Inflammatory response, sir.
just for my
One advice is when you present your data, it's a very good data. You should not go around the history of brolucizumab wasting
You should not go.
time.
That is, you are wasting time.
Wasting time.
You
Your
should not
study,
waste
you should
time.
concentrate more, so that it's a very nice study that findings and the numbers should be
Sir.
there. Just
अर्जुन की जगह focused होना चाहिए.
thank you. Nice presentation. Nice. Probably you will need more subgroup analysis.